Baneful Beach. Exterior, beach, day. The waves of the bright blue water wash up on the beach where a girl, Jennifer, is sat by herself. Her long blonde hair is tied in pigtails and her freckles are prominent in the bright sunlight. A second girl, Lilith, with deep brown hair approaches in all black, space buns on top of her head with brown eyes. She sits next to Jennifer on the beach, sat in the shadows, and turns to her.
What are you doing?
Jennifer looks back at the strange girl, her wary gaze open over her all-black outfit, in caution, and takes in the open and curious gaze.
Just thinking.
Well, that's boring. Wanna hang out?
I want to be alone, thank you.
Well, that's rude. Anyway, I've decided I'm gonna stay here, so you have to deal with it.
Jennifer glances at Lilith warily. She is upset at the intrusion but continues staring at the ocean. Lilith looks annoyed at the dismissal and crosses her arms petulantly.
My daddy has a boat on the ocean. He comes home because it's so good. He never comes home because it's so good. It cost him like £1 million.
She stares at Jennifer expectantly, wide-eyed and awaiting her response, wanting to impress.
Oh, he never comes home. Are you alright?
What? How dare you? My daddy has more money than yours ever will.
Jennifer looks taken aback, stunned at the aggressive response. She turns away, even deeper in thought than before, looking distraught. Lilith looks even more annoyed, hands gripping the sand beneath her.
Also, my mummy owns like 1 million dresses and pearls, and I have a huge room with loads of toys. What about that?
Cool.
And I got a puppy for my birthday. He's called Buddy.
That's nice. I've always wanted a puppy.
Lilith notices the reaction and smirks. She jumps up and points at Jennifer.
See, we can hang out after all.
I'm sorry, but I really don't want to. And my mummy wants me back soon.
Lilith stomps her foot and groans.
Ugh, you are so spoiled. I'm trying to be your friend. I saw you were alone and I came up to you and I started speaking to you because I wanted to be a good friend.
Jennifer looks confused. She doesn't know what to say to her and decides to stay quiet.
Ugh, I can't believe you.
Lilith storms off in an angry rage, kicking sand up on the way and pulling her hair. Jennifer stares after her for a second before looking back at the ocean, shaken up from the experience but largely ignores it before she has to go back home. Interior, dinner table, evening. Jennifer is sat on the side of the dining table, a vase of flowers in the middle separating the set. A glass of water and some food are in front of her. Her hair is still in ponytails and she has a distant look on her face. She takes small bites of the food but is slow and doesn't look like she is quite in the room. Her mother reaches out to hold her hand but everything is still quiet, with the only sound being heard is music in the background. Mother, voiceover. Jen, are you alright? Jennifer hears the voice and looks up. Exterior beach, day. Jennifer is sat on the same beach. Half of her face is covered in shadows from the pier above her. Her hair is pulled into a tight ponytail and she looks older. She's wearing a red top and black trousers, facing off towards the ocean. She looks solemn and troubled when Liz approaches her in her all-black outfit. It's obvious they've met a few more times before this.
Hey lovely, what's up?
Not much, just not really feeling good today.
Oh, are you okay?
Not really. My parents aren't doing too good and...
Lilith perks up and interrupts Jennifer when she's talking, excited to talk about herself.
Oh my god, same. My parents are like little bitches some days, nowadays. Dad came home the other day and said we have to go on a trip to Madagascar, and can you believe it? Mum obviously had a go at him. I mean, we can't go at this time. We already booked a spa weekend for the same week. How inconsiderate of him. He should have just stayed on his boat, don't you think?
Yeah. I'm just really struggling with the divorce.
Jennifer looks dejected. This is the part I cut, so. Dejected, upset and uncomfortable at the interruption. However, she turns back to Lilith knowing she would get upset if she zones out.
Why do you have to be so depressed all the time? It makes you look like 10 years older. Cheer up, darling. It will give you a facelift.
Sorry.
And don't apologise. You look pathetic. Anyway, look at this bracelet my boyfriend got me. It's from Pandora. And it was so expensive. Oh my god, he loves me so much.
That's really nice, Lil. How long have you two been going out for again?
I've told you so many times. It's been 3 years. God, you're such a forgetful bitch. Where's your boyfriend? Didn't he say he would be this weekend?
Oh, we broke up. decide...
Oh my god, bitch, I told you he'll break up with you. If you just listened and lost a few pounds, we wouldn't be here. You're starting to look pretty, and that cakey makeup isn't hiding any of your spots, honey.
Wow. Well, I guess, but we actually...
See, you should listen to me more. I know what's good for you. Anyway, love you, hun. See you later.
Lilith starts to walk away, swinging her bag around with her. Jennifer lets out a sigh of relief, looking down at her stomach, poking it lightly. Suddenly, Lilith turns around and runs back to Jennifer, pulling a bottle of alcohol out on her way over.
Oh my god, I almost forgot. I got you some body, as I said. Here, try some. It will make you feel better. Might give you that smile for once.
Lilith holds the bottle out expectantly, but Jennifer glances at it with a grimace and pushes it away gently.
Thanks, Lil. But like I said, I really don't want to have any. Plus, we're too young.
Jen, you are so boring. I risk everything to take this out of Mum's cabinet and you don't even want to take it. For fuck's sake, every 16-year-old does this. What the hell do you mean you're too young, bitch?
Lilith kicks the bottle, throws the bottle on the sand next to Jennifer and kicks sand at her as she storms away. Jennifer only lets out a single tear fall before she turns towards the sea and swipes it away. She glances at the bottle of vodka before snatching it up and taking a sip, looking disgusted before taking another. Interior bedroom night. Jennifer is sat in bed, legs to her chest, clutching a bouquet. She pulls out a note and reads it and starts sobbing. She throws both items on the bed and falls to one side. She pulls her legs closer to her and starts screaming into her knees and can't catch her breath. Suddenly, she sits up and grabs the note again and grabs some matches. She strikes a match and starts to burn the edge of the paper. It burns halfway and she drops it, looking broken and tired. Exterior beach, sunset. Jennifer is sat on the beach in her yellow and white clothes. She's looking at the sea under the pier. Lilith approaches and falls dramatically beside Jennifer. She sighs heavily and turns to Jennifer animatedly.
So, Joe and I hooked up. Congrats.
Come on, what about Harry? Has he made a move yet? Come on, Jen, we're 18. You can tell me.
Well, no, but we really like each other and...
What a pussy. I told you, Jake was better. He would have made a move by now. You know he once came over and...
Lil, I don't want to know. And I was going to say it was a mutual decision. Nothing more, nothing less.
Jennifer turns away from Lilith, upset and angry, as Lilith looks on in disbelief that Jennifer spoke up for herself.
God, why are you such a bitch today, Jen? Didn't know you were a fucking pussy as well, hon. Might want to grow up a bit if you want to come to my boat party this weekend.
Jennifer scoffs in disbelief and starts to roll her tongue behind her gums and clutches her skirt tightly in her hands.
You're good at that.
She looks at Lilith with a glare. Her gaze is fed up and fuming.
Oh, really, Lil? Thanks for being there for me, but this is enough. I'll see you later.
Ugh, fine, whatever. Sorry you got upset.
Thank you, but I can't accept your apology right now.
Nice. You stuck up bitch. After all I've done for you, I can't believe. I've given you my time and my money and trust, and this is how you repay me. Everything I gave you for free, all the gifts, all the time and advice. What about me? What?
Viewer discretion. Interior bathroom night. Jennifer is sat in the bath with black and red clothes on. She looks lifeless and tired. One of her arms is hanging out of the bath and the water is tinted red.
Oh shit.
It gets deeper where I'm actually going to have you looking at yourself in the bath, basically almost dead. And then you're going to be shouting profanities in the background as it fades out as she's drowning herself. Exterior beach, sunset, continued. Jennifer scoffs in disbelief and stands up from her sitting position. She turns to Lilith and points at her chest.
What? What about you? What you've done is insult my character and decisions repeatedly. What you've done is do what you want. I'm done.
How dare you? Where would you be without me?
Lilith slaps Jennifer and pulls her into the shade of the pier and down to the ground. She kicks her in the ribs and kicks her onto her back. She climbs into her lap and starts strangling her. Jennifer starts struggling and tears fall from her eyes. Shock and hurt cover her face and she grabs Lilith's wrists. Her feet are kicking and she takes in a sudden breath and she's standing up again watching Lilith storm away into the sea. As she walks into the water, she starts to turn into the water and the sea gets rougher and angrier. Then it's normal and Lilith is gone. Jennifer stands still in shock, shaking and falls to her knees. She grips the sand and lets out a long, shaky breath. Her head hangs between her shoulders and she starts to stand. She turns towards the sun and just starts walking, stumbling and stopping at points, but she keeps moving forward. Not knowing where she is going, but she keeps moving forward, unsure and scared. But she can finally move on. Nice. Awesome sauce. So that was script reading number 2 with the still kind of pants script. The camera is still filming and we are going to take notes from Holly. Yay!
Okay, I'll hold it.
You hold it. We're doing a podcast.
Oh my god, we should do a podcast.
Yes, we should.
Okay. What exactly do you want notes on?
Your character, parts of the script that you felt iffy or didn't quite make sense, or anything that you want to do to like help with your ideas of characterization. So like if you're like, oh, I didn't really feel like my character would do that, or
okay.
I that didn't fit what I would see.
Yeah. I think that everything my character does is very in character. Do you know what I mean?
As long as you hate her, that's like.
Yeah, I think that's the point.
Yeah.
Well, I hate Holly anyway, so.
That's
Oh,
I'm joking, I love you.
I was gonna be nice to you, but fuck you.
I love you big time. Please don't.
I love you big time. I love you big time too. Yeah, I think everything that she does and all of her actions are very in character. I think at times some of the dialogue is a bit like stilted, but I think maybe that's like a stylistic thing, because I think the gist of what they're saying is correct. I think maybe some of the wording is a bit off maybe, but in general I think I really like it. And like
That's good. I hated writing the actual words.
But yeah, I like all the kind of like cuts to Jennifer in her home. I think it's like when we were talking about Black Swan and Whiplash the other day, it's like the slow descent into madness. I really like it. I think that's all.
That's good.
Stop it with the ASMR, you disgusting creature. Yes, it is.
Now we are going to hear notes from Little Miss Pussypants, Jennifer Ellie Waters.
Very mean to me. I'm not as literate as Holly is. Ooh, I didn't realise what the name was. I thought the name was cool.
It's a synonym for toxic.
Oh, synonym, not acronym. Or the other one.
English.
Yeah. I took English A-level, guys. For fuck's sake. Actually, blasphemy, get out.
Ginger twat. I have 4 of his
I
CDs
thought it was very, very good.
that we played all summer.
My brother and I saw a ginger kid yesterday and we just laughed at it.
Your brother's ginger! I know! I thought it was good. I really like the flashbacks, and especially the more deeper scenes. They feel very professional and what? On. Jesus! The devil. For those who didn't hear, Stella burped, but she sounded like the devil. Fucking Lucifer. Anyway, moving on. They're really good. I like the contrast that they put into the production. That is all. That is everything.
I shall now inform them of each meanings of each scenes.
Each each meanings of each scene is nice.
So, as I mentioned earlier, 'tis about mental health. Jennifer's mental health is going to shit in this because of Lilith. But Lilith is not a real person. Lilith is just her mental health problems.
Oh, so she's a metaphor for... Okay, got it.
That's why she disappears into the ocean. She is not real.
I understand that she's not real. What's she a metaphor for exactly?
One of that voice in your head. So that's what she's saying, like, oh yeah, no, look, he broke up with you because you're pudgy. He broke up with you because you've got like way too much makeup on. Like, yeah, you've...
Oh.
So it's that little criticism, oh yeah, everyone else has a boyfriend, everyone else has gone further, everyone else is drinking, everyone else is doing this. Like, you're old, you should be doing this now, you should be doing that now.
That
Like,
makes so much more sense now. Okay.
and first of all, would you like a disclaimer? Well, I'm going to do a disclaimer for like the deep parts at the start of the film anyway, but would you like a disclaimer for it being a metaphor? Because would you be able to see that it's a metaphor?
Yeah, I think like when you actually see it on screen,
It might be a bit easier.
yeah, especially with like characterization and costume and cinematography, I think it'd be easier. But also maybe just like the way that I was saying the lines, because I didn't understand it when I was saying it.
Yeah, that's
I can
completely fine.
act it in
I
a
don't
different
mind it. We'll talk more about like going through lines and different scenes. But
Contortion.
and now we shall carry on with the actual film. Also, as I mentioned with that last scene, it will be a fade.
What are you looking at?
Oh, we're creeping on people.
Oh, I can do that. Are you okay?
Yeah, they were just trying to break the door.
No,
Anyway,
yeah, we're judging you from afar.
I'm sorry, I wasn't staring at you. I was staring out behind you. I forgot you were even there. I'm not
You
gonna
just a
lie.
bit away with the fairy.
I'm really sorry if that made you feel uncomfortable. Sorry.
I was looking at her. It's like, why is she looking around?
I didn't even see you. I was just...
There was a break-in. It was a break-in occurring behind you. You just didn't notice.
They broke the door and they were trying to fix the door and I couldn't figure out what they were doing. It's
Okay.
fixed now. I won't stare over there anymore. Sorry.
Awesome. Okay, bro. Now that we have Ellie back in the room,
Sorry, guys.
um,
Hardly threw up.
Ellie's alive again. So
I'm really sorry.
the last scene, it will be a fade into that scene. Oh yeah, we'll have to do a little bit of filming on Sunday as well. So like the film's in the house, it will just be in my house, and I'll like tidy up as much as I can. So it's going to be a fade in with the what. It's going to be like you looking at something in the bath. It will cut to the bath. The clothes also have meanings, and obviously, as you know, red and black don't have the best connotations, so therefore that's why she's wearing those. You're going to get wet at the end, so we'll bring changes of clothes.
Yeah.
Well, there'll be clothes anyway for each scene, and you will get wet for that scene, so, well.
Exciting.
Oh my god, if I get sand on my butt, I'm going to be so annoyed.
And
Well, you're not the one who's going to be on the floor. You're going to be on top of me. Up close and personal. I'm going to get sand in my hair and I'm going to cry, just so you know.
I'll wash it for you.
Thanks, dear.
nothing. Anyway, so as it's a sensitive scene as well, we're going to do it as like subtle as possible. But as you saw, there were notes saying people mentioned having like flashes of like cuts and scars and like blood and stuff. Do you think that would fit and be appropriate, or would you just rather have the implication of her in the bath with shouting and like putting down words and then just having her look at herself? That would be like powerful enough.
I'm not sure. I think like flashes.
What I have in my head is I don't think flashes are appropriate because I feel like it's just a little too graphic for your first thing.
Yeah, it's also too dramatic. I don't think it fits with the tone of it.
Yeah. No. But about the shouting instead, if you have like, you could have the argument that ensued before that going on, rather than just like random profanities. You could have
That's a good idea, actually.
like an argument going on behind.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's going to be like muffled because like the whole like drowning it out, like any
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
sort of
but
thing.
like,
But you could have lines from the fight or like replaying.
yeah,
Good idea.
yeah, no, that's good.
We like that idea. That's a good idea. I like it. Don't lose more stuff, please. I think that was the main point because that was the scene that confused people the most. We will also need to do a like, I think I was just going to do like an online like clothing rundown because, like I say, specific clothes for specific moments. With her being like blue and sad at the start with like those clothes, her being really in the middle of like depression and anger and sadness in the middle, and the last being bright and open, and her finally being open to sorting it out. So we'll look over clothes, see what you have. Also, because changing ages will have to be like
Oh, what age are they meant to be in the first scene?
12. So that's why like pigtails and anything to sort of indicate that you're young. But that was the script reading and all the notes. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Thank you, UAL. Please give me a distinction. Thank you.